I just mixed up this flour today. I put lemon juice in it for flavouring. Just mixed up quite a big bag worth there. It's a 5 kilo bag of flour I've put into there, and it's where are we? 250 mils of lemon juice in there for a bit of flavouring. I'll just put the lid back on. I've already got some flour over there ready to go, start laying these traps out. So I just put that lid on and actually put that in the direct sun. So that'll heat up and get that smell of the lemon right through that flour as I go. So yeah, motorbike's loaded up. It's full of traps here, got traps in there, traps up the front. Just got to grab my hammer, got my flour there ready to go. Gonna start laying these traps out. Seen a hell of a lot of possums out here the other night. I come out with the thermal, with the new 1 leaf thermal, and seen a hell of a lot of possums around, so should catch quite a few tonight. We've got good weather for a week, so yeah, I'll go and get into it, start laying some traps, and then see how we get on tomorrow. Yeah, just a bit of a tip for when you're trapping. If you come across a big prominent tree like this, this is obviously a huge blue gum. There's quite a lot of sign padding and stuff around the bottom. I'll actually put 2 traps on here. I'll put probably one here and then one around the side here. And you obviously got to have them apart from each other, otherwise one will step in one trap and then step in the next trap, and it's a waste of 2 traps, so or waste of one. So put one here and I'll put one over here, and hopefully tomorrow there'll be 2 possums there. We'll see how we go, but yeah, big prominent tree like this, there'll be a lot of possums visiting this tree, so I'll put 2 traps on here. I'm going to put the traps out, put these traps out pretty close together on this place, because there was a lot of possums just in one row back here the other night. I seen 20 possums in about 15 trees in a row, so I'll trap it pretty intensively compared to what I normally would. And you leave the traps out less amount of nights to get the same amount of possums, if you know what I mean. I've got about 110 traps to put out today, I think, so don't know if I'll get them all out or not, but I'll get as many as I can out, and then yeah, should be pretty loaded up tomorrow. It's good weather, so yeah, I've just got the first 3 out so far. I better carry on. So there's those 2 sets. Get a good blaze of flour on there. It's really sticks out in the moonlight in night time. 2 sets pretty close together, and I'd be very surprised if there wasn't 2 possums there in the morning. So that's just the start of this first tree row, and there's hundreds of other trees to get through, so yeah, I'll carry on. It's a good example of a possum run, a well-used possum run just here. Can't really reach through there without getting a shock, but you can see the trap down there on that run. They've stuck their trap right on that run there, in between the tree and there's sort of a bit of a bank on that side. So right on the middle of that run, no flower on that tree there. I've actually run out of lure, but doesn't matter, because they're going to be coming through there anyway. So I suspect there'll be a possum on there in the morning without putting any flour, hopefully. And yeah, it's got a beaten trail coming through. So there we go. Motorbike's not running too flash at the moment, but sort of me done for the day. Got most of my traps out. Pretty good haul. Yeah, got most of those traps out for the day. It's quite late afternoon now. I'm not actually sure what the time is. I might go for a hunt tonight. Try out that 1 leaf scope again. Seen quite a bit of deer sign around yesterday out pig hunting, so might go and have a look. Yeah, just wanted to show the possum sign on this tree here. See these really fine scratches all the way up. There's scratches all the way up that tree, so there's a hell of a lot of possums going up there. I'm just about to put this trap on there, and pretty much guaranteed to get a possum on that tomorrow or tonight. So in the morning there should be one there, hopefully. Yeah, that's a really good sign. It's an actually nice ramp, sort of a ramp tree. It's on a nice angle for them to climb up as well. They obviously come up the side here and they sort of turn as they come up. They'll go around and stay on that high side of it as it curves up. It's an excellent example of what the sign looks like. All those scratches there. It's a well used tree. Viewed this morning. There's one on there, but he's just sleeping in the, around the corner there. I suspect there'll be one on this tree. Nothing on that one. See that flower's gone off there. The rats, we've had a good feed of that by the look of it. Quite a few rats around at the moment, so they're eating the flower. But yeah, anyway, I'll get into this one. Good tree, that one, prominent tree. It's a good big black possum. Good fur on that one. The last few have been not very good fur, but that one there looks very good. Quite good thick fur. Should be good winter fur now, but a lot of the other ones were sort of almost in their summer coat still, which is quite surprising. It hadn't been very cold though. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a good length of fur that. It's good, quite a good thick winter coat on it. You can see the length of all of that, and it's quite thick. So yeah, it's pretty good. That's a good black possum. Comes out pretty easy when it's warm. I'll carry on and get back into it. I'm actually filming this on my phone at the moment, so can't really do it two hands, but yeah, just chuck the fur in there and face it into the wind obviously, so it does not blow on it everywhere because it's quite windy today. But yeah, I'll carry on. That one reset, rebaited. Pretty good sized possum on it, and I can see one on the next tree just over here. I'll do both at the same time. Good size one. So yeah, that was the third one of this row. That was actually sprung off that trap. And I just come up to that trap that I seen yesterday. It was set with all that scratching on it. So here's the result of that. Yeah, so that's the one that had all that scratching on it from yesterday. It's obviously a good tree. It's a good sized possum on there. Doing on there. There's one more down there. Yeah, good numbers. And I think there's another one down there. So there's just in this small area, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty good numbers. Sort of expected that. I expected a few more out on the race, where I've seen heaps the other night, but yeah, it's pretty good. That one down there's a big black one. It's a grey, and a grey over here. Oh, get cracking, go and pluck those lot. There's still enough flower and lure on the tree there. I'll just leave that there. I don't have to rebait it. So I'll just dispatch this one, pluck it, and then I'm off to the next paddock. But yeah, pretty productive paddock. This one I had about 12 in here, so it's pretty good. It's almost every trap had one. Pretty good sized black possum. This guy's just caught by two toes by the look of it, 1 or 2 toes, so be careful when I get it, in case it struggles right at the last bit. Sometimes they pull out just as you go to get them, so be a bit careful with this one. Yeah, these traps I'm using, they're the original Oneida Victor from America. And in my opinion are the best traps that you can get for trapping possums. They hold better. A lot of the cheap Chinese copies of Victors, if you catch them by the toes like that, they pull out of those traps sometimes. Not always, sometimes you catch by the toes, but yeah, these Victors, they hold a hell of a lot better than any other trap that I've found. So they cost a bit more, but they're worth the money. I actually got these ones second hand, quite cheap too. It was a pretty good deal. I bought 100 of them quite cheap, so yeah, did add up just by the 3 tips of the toes there, but obviously got them. Yeah, that one is asleep, having a good nap in the sun. And it's having the long nap. Pretty good fur on it too. It's got a big female, pregnant female. Well, it's actually got a joey in its pouch. Yeah, so if you haven't seen my my trapping video that I've done quite a lot, I think it was about this time last year. When you reset your trap, clear any of this fur off the trap. There's only a little wee bit on there, but doesn't take much. But just make sure those jaws are clean. Because if you've got a bit of fur in there, that can sometimes help them slip out. Just make sure that it's nice and clean like that. Just give it a wipe. Yeah, job done. So yeah, just reset that, a bit more fresh flour on there, and then home time. So yeah, just make sure these are clean. There's a bit of a tip. So here's the trap I set on that run yesterday. And that run comes under the fence, just here. And yeah, obviously caught one just on the run with no flower on that tree. I had actually run out, but it didn't matter too much. It's tangled up a bit. There's a bit of old wire and stuff there, and see it's been scratching around, crawling around, trying to get out here. But pretty good possum, quite a big grey one. It's got that one there, and my very last trap that I set out yesterday. It's on that tree there. So that's a pretty good size one too. Yeah, so that wraps up the day so far. The motorbike was playing up yesterday, so it's actually running a little bit better now for some reason. Keep clearing the spark plug on it. It was fouling the spark plug, but starting to come right. So yeah, I might just knock these two and then head back and load my ute up with wood as well, and then head home. Yeah, catch you on the next one. This is second night in a row on this tree, 2 in a row. So it's about 80 metres, 70 to 80 metres from the bush, and they come out there to hang around on this tree. Nothing on that other one over there. Oh, yeah, yesterday this one had one as well, so just starting in the good paddock now. Pretty good fur on these ones this morning, better than yesterday. So another one on that main possum run there, second night in a row. And it's third or fourth one in this paddock so far. Good fur on that one. There's another one on there. And then that good scratched up tree from the first day, that had one on it yesterday, and it's got another one there today. Still a few more to go down the corner down here, and they'll be probably got possums in as well, I'd say. A few more down the side down here, and they're highly likely to have some as well. It's a pretty good spot here. And the fur's been excellent today for some reason. The possums yesterday had almost like summer coat, but these ones today have all been very good. One sprung. Sprung, look, he's had a real good wriggle around and got himself out of that. Yeah, I'll get him again. Hopefully he comes back. They don't get too trap shy sometimes, or if I don't catch him here again, I'll catch him with the other one up here. So yeah, oh well. Yeah, this is that same trap that I put out the first night or first day on that run there. It comes out beside that post. So there's 2 possums in a row on there. I put flour on that one yesterday. And this is actually the last of my line, last of my traps. There's another one down here. Another two good size ones, both with good fur. So that's that one for the day, and then home time. This tree here is a good example of a place to put a trap. See how smoothed out all that dirt is there. Possums obviously spending a lot of time around there, and they're climbing that tree. And there's a run that goes straight through here, straight up through the little bit of a tunnel just up there, and out into the paddock. So I'll put a trap on there and mark it on the fence where it is. It's a pretty good sign there. You see everywhere else where there's heaps of leaves everywhere like that, and down here it's all clean, just clean dirt, because the possums are once scratching around on like that and spending a lot of time there, they scrape all those leaves off and they go further down. Yeah, this is another example of a good scratch tree. You see all those scratches on there. So those possums are climbing up there and obviously feeding on the top of that tree there, because they're going all the way up. So yeah, I'll put some flour on there, and should be a possum there in the morning. I've just been moving a few traps this morning because some of them have stopped catching. I put my traps out pretty close together, so you catch everything on the first few nights normally, depending on numbers. But yeah, so just put some bait on that and then carry on. Yeah, this is another really good example of a possum run. They're coming out of that little tunnel there, that little hole, coming down through here. And I don't know how well it'll show, but there's a real line right where my fingertip is. There's a real line there, all the way down, all the way through into that tunnel there. And even though there's no tree to put a trap on, I see an old fence batten sticking out there, and that's good enough to hold a staple on there. So I'll put a trap right in the middle of that tunnel there. I won't even have to put any flour on that. I'll just put the trap straight on there and nail it to that batten, and that'll be good enough for be a possum on there in the morning probably. So yeah, that's a really good beat and run. You can probably see it on the line there, and they're obviously feeding out in the paddock there. Could even be travelling right up to those trees well out on the farm. They go a long way at night time. See, that's that little possum tunnel down through there. That's the trap. It's bedded down there. It's pretty solid there. I've just put the dog of the trap, or the dog, or what people call the trigger, this part here. I've got that facing slightly off to the side because you don't want the possum stepping on that and that at the same time, because that will flick their foot clear out of the trap. So you want that slightly off centre, but they will probably definitely be coming from out of there. They could be out in the paddock from another run and then come back in on this run, but the chances are they're coming out of this run. So yeah, should be a possum there in the morning. It's split that there, but yeah, it's in pretty solid, so I smacked it right in hard. Should be one there in the morning. Yeah, just another tip too when you're trapping possums. A lot of people don't know, a lot of possum trappers don't even know about the possums sweat out the smell of what they're eating. They sweat that out through the pads of their feet. So if a possum's feeding on an apple tree, say out on the farm, for an example, and that possum eats those apples there and comes all the way back here, could be travelling 1 kilometre or 2 kilometres during the night to eat the apples out of that tree. It's sweating the smell of apples as it walks along, so as those other possums come across the path of that one, they can smell that that possum has been eating apples, So that's a little bit of info for people. That's why you get a lot of possums using the same runs quite often if they've found a good tree that they're feeding in, and the other possums know that that one's a good tree to feed from. They smell that through the pads of the feet from the other possums, so they'll follow those. And that's why bait stations are quite successful. If you're feeding a possum in bait stations with a certain flavour, and it's got that flavour going through the pads of its feet, and the other possums get curious on that, they want to try that too, so they all start coming to that bait station. Yeah, so there's a lot of trappers around that don't actually know that little tip, so there you go. Bit of info anyway for people. It might come in handy for somebody. So yeah, I'll carry on down now. I've still got about another 25 or 30 traps to check this morning, and yeah, and then go and cut some firewood this afternoon. Yeah, so this one here, this is the third night in a row, and that was that trap I put on that run there. And the first night they had no flower at all on there. I just set just a trap without any lure, but obviously yeah, it's still catching. The trap just behind me there had nothing in it, but this one here, it's obviously on that good run. And like I just mentioned, when these possums are all feeding on the same thing and they all start using the same run, you'll get a lot of possums using one run. They like their grass short so they don't get wet fur, so they use those same little trails. So if they're coming out into pretty nice grass out in here, yeah, job done. Carry on. There's another good trap. There's the two possums from the first 2 nights, and I got another one on there now. So just jump over. Pretty good spot. There's a lot of activity from possums coming up through here, all around this stuff, and quite a few runs coming out on the paddock here. There's an old bait station there, but obviously nothing in it. Been no pest control done around here for years, so the possum numbers are built up. Yeah, it's the third night in the row for this trap here. It's obviously scratched a bit of the lure off, so I'll freshen up that lure a bit. I haven't got much left in the thing there, but it's a big pregnant female. Got a joey in the pouch there. So yeah, get the fur off this one. Carry on. I think there's a few more still to go just up over the hill here. But yeah, pretty good day today. Sun's out, nice and warm. Possum's got the fur coming off easy, so I'll carry on again. About another 10 traps to go. I forgot the key for the motorbike today, so I've been walking quite a long walk, a couple of k's back to the ute, so yeah, I'll carry on. It's the young one on there. It's not a real big possum, but pretty good fur on that one, nice black one. A couple more traps to go. Doesn't look like nothing in that one down there. This one here is empty. There's one more right down the far corner down there. I don't think that one's got one either, so the numbers are starting to come down now. So this is the last one for the day to pluck. Thank God. And then home time. Well, I was wrong about the last possum. This was the last trap, and it's got one in it, so this will be the last one for the day. It's quite a big one too. And see some other dead ones just over there from the previous one. So this is third night in a row for this trap here. It's a pretty good tree. It's another big prominent tree. Both of these, actually I could have put a trap on that one there too, but I just decided to do the one. It's catching pretty good. This one's 4 nights in a row on that run there. It's not much of a run anymore with the scratching, but there obviously are still a lot of possums coming past here. So it's 4 nights in a row, 4 possums, and there's another one on that native tree just up here as well. So pretty good. Numbers are really dropping off now though on the 4th night. Only got 3 in the best paddock so far. That was normally getting about 15 a day. So yeah. So here's that possum run where I put that trap yesterday, and it comes up through there and into that hole there. There's a possum on there. He's obviously spent a lot of time trying to get out of that trap because he's sort of cleared out this whole area here, but he's just sitting in the hole there, and that's the trap that I attached to the end of that batten there on that run. No flower on there. He just tried to step over it and sort of had to step on it really, and then he's in there. So I got him. Yeah, so that's it there, set back up again, and I just cleaned out that run there, give it a good scrape out, sort of restored it to how it was when the possums are using it, and should be another one in there tonight hopefully. Got one more night of fine weather, and then it's going to get rough. I'll probably pull these traps out tomorrow, but yeah, been a pretty good run all week of good weather, so yeah, I'll get this bugger here. There'll be a few of them that were using this run here, that's what's so visible. Just reset this one, bit of fresh flower on there. Just about to pluck this guy, and the last tree on my trap lines there, and you can see that really big possum there. He's a whopper, sitting there waiting patiently, so I'll get to him in a couple of minutes. But yeah, that's the end of the line for today. Pull these traps out tomorrow because the weather's going bad.